Because a lot of them are kind of repetitive too.
Yes, I've had to unsubscribe from some for that very reason.
Yeah, and I think they probably pull from the same sources. And it's probably automated.
Probably.
So
At least it should be for them.
yeah, like why wouldn't you?
Hey
Okay,
guys.
well,
Brian, you
hey,
joined us.
I'm sorry.
You made it.
I did. I was like on a phone call. It kind of took longer than I thought I was gonna. But good to see everybody. Holy smokes. Alyssa, I'm super excited for this. You are the AI expert. So I feel like you're right on trend, what's going on. So I love learning from you on this topic. So thank you for being here.
yeah, of course, no problem.
I'll introduce you here in just a second, get started. Rachel, are you ready? Should we get started or should we linger for another minute?
You can get it going if you want.
Are you ready, Alyssa? Are you going to share the screen and everything?
Yeah, I am.
All right. Well, let's get started. You ready, Rachel? Oop, hold on. Don't share your screen yet, Alyssa.
Okay.
Let me introduce you first. Hey guys, Brian Schroeder with Buyers Club. Thanks for joining us today. We do this every Wednesday at noon. So always, if it's Wednesday at noon, you want to get a little real estate education fix, jump on this call. We're always here. We got a lot of different topics we do. And today I'm super excited because we got a topic, I don't know. I'm excited about, but at the same point, it's kind of a little scary in a certain sense because it's changing the world. Slowly but surely, the world is a changing world that we're living in. And Alyssa's right on the forefront of it. So I love talking to Alyssa about this. She's passionate about it. She's gifted with it. And she's going to help educate the rest of us so we don't get left behind. Because if we don't stay up with this AI stuff, I have a feeling we're going to get left behind. So it's super important. Um, anyway, a lot of people on the call today. It's great to see everybody. Everybody, most of you guys already got your videos on, so I appreciate that. But if you don't have your video on and you can, I would love to have you turn it on. So it just helps all of our stuff here if you got your video on. And Alyssa is awesome, and she's super open to questions. So while Alyssa's going through this, feel free to just shout out something if you got a question or something you want more clarity on. But we'll also take Q&A at the end. So anyway, with that, Alyssa, we are ready for you to take it over. Thanks for doing this today.
All right. Thank you for the introduction. And I'm going to share my screen. And can you guys see my screen here?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So we are going to be talking about AI and specifically for real estate investors. And so I'm going to go ahead and just dive right in. Why it matters. So, like Brian kind of said, it is the future, and it's important to stay up to date with what's going on in the AI space. You don't have to change everything in your life, but at least know what's going on. I think that AI is transforming every aspect of business and life. So, I really believe that not just business will be affected by AI, but I think that we're also going to have in our personal lives, I think we'll all have our own robots eventually that do our laundry, that cook our food, which I'm excited about because I don't like doing either of those things. So the cool thing about AI is I don't think it's doom and gloom. I'll start off by saying that. I do think that industries will shift and there will be jobs that go away, but I also think that there's a lot of jobs that will be made because of it. And I think it's going to make human lives easier all around. And it's going to let us as humans flourish to what we're supposed to be. Like, we're not supposed to do laundry. We're supposed to have a robot that does laundry, and we're supposed to be outside enjoying the weather, hanging out with your wife and kids. So I think AI is going to allow us to do more of that. It also allows you to automate critical processes. So, on the business side of things, real estate specifically, you can do property analysis, acquisitions, due diligence, running numbers. It can do so many different things, and we're going to dive into different use cases here in a second. But ultimately, it can save you a ton of time. So, it can shrink what normally might have taken you a couple hours down to 10, 20 minutes. And then it is constantly improving. So right before everyone hopped on here, Rachel and I were talking, and there are tons of updates coming out this week for a lot of the big AI players like OpenAI and Google, and they have glasses. Google just released their new glasses that are coming out that look really cool. So it's constantly improving. By the time we get off this Zoom call or this live, there will probably be new tools that have already come out. There will be new updates that have already come out. So it is literally improving and changing every single day. So it can kind of be, but it's important to know that you don't have to necessarily focus on all the different new tools that are coming out, but more the whole system or process of it, because the tools might change, but the processes are what we're going to kind of be learning today. And I heard some big guru guys that are in the AI space say, and I love this quote, that today AI is the worst it will ever be. And to me, that's just such a powerful statement because I think it's already amazing. So if today is the worst it will ever be, I can't imagine what it's going to be like this time next year. Like it's going to be crazy. So I'm really excited about this topic. And I'm going to go ahead and scroll here. And by the way, this slide deck was created with a tool called Gamma. GAMMA, and it's an AI presentation tool. So you can create presentations like this. And I didn't do it all with AI. I did some of it with AI, but not all of it because you want to go in and tweak it and put your personality into things. And that'll be a constant theme throughout what we do here. So since we are not robots yet, and we are all humans on this call. I think there's probably a couple Fathom or robot note takers in here, but for the most part, we're all humans on here, and we like to have fun. So I'm going to show you guys 2 fun tools that I really like, and then 7 valuable tools and resources. And hopefully by the end of it, you guys will receive a ton of value, and you'll be able to start implementing some things in your business today. So the first fun tool that I'm going to show you is called Higgsfield.ai. And I want everyone to do this. You don't have to do it right now. You can if you want, but I see some people are driving, so definitely don't do this while driving. But this tool, Higgsfield.ai, allows you to create really fun images of yourself or your wife or your husband or your friends. So I want everyone to create an image of themselves and then post it on social media. Tag me because I want to see what you create. I love seeing the stuff people create. And this is a really, really fun one. So I'm going to show you how to do it. You can do this just for fun, obviously, for your social medias, but you can also use it to build your personal brand. So Rachel posted a picture of me in the group, and I did think she was a little bit thick. But it seems that anytime I upload certain photos of myself, I do come out thick. Maybe that's what I look like, but I am going to show you how to make that not happen here. What so what I did was I filmed this process, and I'm going to walk through it now. So this is Higgsfield, and what you're going to do is you have to log in, and then you're going to go ahead and click create an image. And what you want to do is upload 2 images of yourself. So 2 images of your face to get a really accurate prompt. You could do 1 image if you want, but what you're going to do then is you're going to select change, and then you're going to switch the visual style here to GPT image. And then you have a bunch of different options to choose from here. So there's crayon, there's fairy tale, there's family boss, and that's just a Family Guy character. They just put family boss. And there's a lot of different cool, fun ones on here. But I did the crayon one, and I uploaded the image of myself there. And before you click generate, you'll want to put some kind of prompt in. So the prompt that I put in is a girl drinking a Starbucks. Now, what you'll want to do this is what I should have done. I should have said, girl drinking a Starbucks, make her athletic or something like that, because she always comes out thick for me. Um, Patrick, he has done some and said, make him muscular. Or if your person comes out larger than you'd like, you can always say, hey, make her a little bit smaller, or make him look buffer. And then you're going to just select generate. And so there's my girl. And I didn't want to post this because she's thick too, if you look at her. And that's why you want to get very specific with the prompts, but it's still fun. And so you can go in here and create a bunch of different images by going up and selecting change and then GPT image. And there's tons of different styles for you to choose from. And it does a really, really good job. And you can get super creative with it. So I did a child art one and generate. So you can see a couple of them here. And then I did like the anime style one, which I think is really fun. And then once you create your image, and you can create an image on here, or you can just upload any image you take on your iPhone, your Android, and then you can add in motion controls. So you see the image uploaded on the left, then you can switch from image to video, and there's all these different cool things. So you can do turning metal, a baseball kick, boxing, glow shift, bullet time. So there's all these different things to choose. So definitely go in here and mess around with it a little bit. I did the face punch one for my little big character girl, and I'll show you what it came out like. So it is taking that image and then turning it into a live face punch. So this is just a really cool, fun tool. I want everyone to at least have some fun because we are still human, like I said. So definitely check this one out. And I'd love to see what you create. Post it on Facebook, tag me, and have fun with it. And if your person comes out not exactly how you want, that's okay. You can go back and forth with it and prompt it a little bit. So the next fun tool is called Suno.com. This is actually one of my favorite tools ever because I love music and I'm obsessed with it. So this tool allows you to create music and create songs. And I have these prompts for you, and I'm going to give you these prompts in a little bit, but feel free to screenshot it as well if you want. So what we're going to do is go to ChatGPT, and I highly, highly, highly recommend everyone that's on here, if you're married, you should go after we hop off this call and create a song for your wife. And then text me later and let me know how it goes because I know she's going to love it and you guys will definitely thank me later. So if you don't have a wife, that's okay. Make one for your husband, make one for your girlfriend, boyfriend, make one for one of your best friends. This is just such a cool way to surprise people, and I think they will absolutely love it. So the prompt I have here, and we go to ChatGPT first because most of us aren't famous songwriters or really good at writing lyrics. So I go to ChatGPT and I just put in act as a world-class 10-time Grammy-winning songwriter tasked with writing an original song. And then at the end of it, you'll say, I want the song to be about, and you could say your wife's name, Amanda. She has brown hair, green eyes, she loves gardening, and put a couple fun things about her. And then it will give you some lyrics for a song. And then you're going to take those lyrics and put them into suno.com, and it will create a song for you. And I have another one here as well. And this is if you want to create a song for your business. So act as a elite commercial songwriter and brand strategist who specializes in jingles, brand jingles. So you could do this for Faster House or Faster Funds. So you could say the business is Faster Funds. This is what we do. We are the #1 lender. If you want to flip houses, and then it will create a really cool, fun jingle for Faster Funds. And then you're going to upload it to Suno. And then here's an example of one that I created for We Buy Houses. You guys hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've got space that's sitting still, a quiet street, a gentle hill. Maybe it's time, maybe
So you guys can listen to the full song. I'm going to give it to you in a bit, but that's
Okay.
just one style song. So you could do rap songs. I have a couple really good rap songs that I think would definitely go up against some of the
Play
top
'em.
rappers. Um, and you can do all different themes and styles, and it's really, really good. And I mean, I make songs for everything. I have a song about baked potato and beans because my girlfriend was cooking baked potatoes and beans, and so I made a whole song about it while she was cooking. She probably hates me because I try to make songs literally about everything because I think it's so much fun. So you guys should definitely check this one out. Now, we're going to dive into some valuable tools that you can start using for your business. And this one is called napkin.ai. And this is a really cool tool for anyone that learns visually. And I'm going to actually show you how we do it here. So you can go to napkin.ai and I can say, write about how to flip a house from start to finish as a real estate investor. And you can put in your own notes if you want. So as you can see, it's writing it right away. You can use AI to write like this for you, or you can put in your own notes. And then what you can do after it creates kind of the napkin and the notes is you can turn each of these into something visual. So you just select the little lightning bolt to the left of it. And what it will do is it will give you these cool visuals. And I really like this one because I'm definitely a visual learner. And so it kind of breaks down different concepts for you visually. And then you can choose the different styles that you like. So if you want to change the colors or, keep it black and white like that. And then what you can do from here is you can then download this, post it on your website, send it in an email, save it to your computer, or you can actually use it in the napkin itself and then share the napkin with people on your team. And again, you can do this for every single part. So we can come here, select a little lightning bolt, and it very quickly creates a visual of the property acquisition process. And again, you can come over here and change it to whatever style you like. So this is just a really cool tool, especially for anyone that is taking notes, that wants to make their notes a little better and then add some visuals to their notes to help them kind of understand things better. So that's napkin.ai, and I really like that one, and it's free too. Everything that I'm going to show you has free versions of it. So I definitely say test out the free versions before you buy anything. And if there's something that you love, usually they're only 10, 20 bucks a month. And if you're going to use it all the time, it will probably be worth it. So the next valuable tool that we're going to talk about is something that a lot of people in the group had asked about, which are custom trained GPTs. And custom trained GPTs, we're going to build one in ChatGPT, which is OpenAI, and it allows you to create your own custom trained model based on the information that you give it. So you can upload documents, PDFs, notes, anything you want into a custom GPT and then train it up to respond however you want for different processes. So I'm going to dive into this to help it make more sense for anyone that I'm going over their heads right now, but for home flippers, for example, you could build a custom trained GPT for a rehab estimator. So exactly how you run your rehab budget, you could go ahead and create whatever your company name is. So for example, Shane on here, what's your company name, Shane? You can do it.
Sorry, I had to take like a minute to find mine. Easy Home Partners.
Okay, yeah, so you could do Easy Home Partners Rehab Estimator. And then you could do Easy Home Partners Design Style GPT, Easy Home Partners Property Marketing GPT. So you want to create all of these different custom GPTs. You don't want just one giant one because it won't be as accurate, but you can create different ones for different parts of your business to just speed up the process. So for home flippers, you can do Property Marketing GPT, Inspection Report Translator GPT. For landlords, you could do a tenant screening GPT, a lease clause builder GPT, maintenance triage GPT, a local ordinance checker GPT. For wholesalers, you could do motivated seller analyzer. contract explainer GPT, deal analyzer GPT. So you can really you can get very creative with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to ChatGPT, and the way you create a custom GPT is by selecting Explore GPTs, and then on the top right, you're going to select Create. And this is where you can actually start to build out your custom GPT. And so you can say over here what you want to make and go back and forth with it, and it'll actually help build it out for you right here. And then you can upload files, photos, anything that you want to help train it up. And then you can also configure it. So you can give it instructions. You want to make sure that you have web search turned on and then the 4.0 image generation turned on. Then you can start testing it. And then you can share it with your team. So if you want your team to have access, you can share that custom GPT with your team. And I have a prompt for everyone that I'm going to give you all. And I'm going to see where it's at here. So it is this custom GPT prompt here. And I'm going to give this to everyone in a little bit here. But you can copy this entire thing, and it's pretty hefty. So what we want to do is the one that we're going to make together that I started working on was this offer analyzer GPT. And so you're going to paste in all of the instructions, and then you can come in here and start to tweak it to how you actually make offers with your team. So maybe you do ARV times 0.8 minus repairs, or maybe you do ARV times 0.75. Everyone's business is a little bit different, so you want to come in and definitely train it up. But what it will do is I put a random address in here and said my rehab budget was 25K. And so it shot out the Zillow estimate or Zestimate, the Redfin estimate, the Realtor.com estimate. It gave me kind of an average of the three. It also broke down the repair cost. It broke down the formulas, kind of gave a deal summary. It says some risk and due diligence considerations. So potential for outdated systems, market activity in St. Charles, the average 6 days on the market, which is really good. Nearby properties have sold in this range. And then it says, do you want me to export this as a PDF? Do you want me to dive deeper on the comparable sales? So you guys can take this prompt. It's a very good starting point, and then start adding more about your business on exactly how you want it to operate. And then you will have a custom GPT set up for your offers. So anytime you're going to make an offer, once it's trained up and you've tested it, you can plug in an address and it will break it down for you exactly how you or someone on your team would. And this will definitely help speed up a lot of time. So that is the custom GPTs. And Rachel, do you guys have any custom GPTs built out for anything crazy or fun?
Them for Buyers Club marketing. We also use it for like the lending business for SEO. So it like helps write SEO articles for us. So, but mainly marketing and marketing.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I've been using for comps, and it's actually just crazy. And I'm excited to give you guys these prompts because it's so freaking good. I've started using it to pull all of our comps anytime we're looking at a property, and we're putting like notes in to double check it in a couple months to see how accurate it is. But I think it's way more accurate than what I would have ever expected. So
I'm curious, Alyssa, where are you pulling your comps from that it has access to?
So it's pulling from any valuable source online that it can find. So it goes to like the county tax assessor's websites. It goes to Zillow, Realtor.com, like all of those different things.
Yeah,
So it's kind of a mix,
gotcha.
but it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
And I got a question with your GPTs. Rachel and I do a lot with this, but is there a way that Rachel and I can share an account to train it, or because right now we're just logging in as each other? Is there a way that you can kind of share it to train it together?
I've never tried to add anyone into a custom GPT on the editing side, so I'm
Okay,
not sure if that's actually possible or not.
I'm just curious. Thanks.
Yeah. So now valuable tool number 3, this one is called Manus. And some of you may have heard of this, some of you maybe haven't. It is manus.im. And this is such a crazy tool. And I'm going to show you exactly how it all works, but I'm also going to let you know that apparently the Manus killer came out like last week, and it's called Flow With. It's Flowith, I believe. And apparently it's this super agent that is going to be 10 times better than Manus. But you should still check out Manus and try to get access to the other one as well. But this is the one we're going to talk about now. So Manus, what it does is it runs. So actually, I'm just going to play this for you. I'm going to refresh this screen real quick and show you an example of what it does. So I said I want you to create a report for St. Louis County, break it down, do all these things. It actually takes over your computer like this, and it starts to do all of these different tasks without requiring me to actually do anything. So I said I want to create a report for St. Louis County, St. Charles County, and St. Louis City. I want the top 5 zip codes for each. I want you to break it down, analyze it, and then make me a website. And so what Manus does is it actually starts to do all those tasks. So now I can walk away, go outside, go walk my cat, or go do whatever I was going to do today and then come back. So this is almost like having another employee to sit in your office and start to do this work for you. So you can watch exactly what it's doing on the Manus's computer here. And then if you want, you could just skip to results. So this is one I did before. So I'm just going to say skip to results. And it gave us this site right here. And again, I'll give everyone access to this as well so you guys can go through it. So it broke it down, St. Louis real estate investment analysis. So it gives us St. Louis County. We can scroll down here, and these are the top zip codes it says for flipping houses in St. Louis County. So Florissant, Afton, 63129, 63021, and then we can click on St. Louis City. Come down here and it says Benton Park, 63118. 63116, 63109. So I think these are pretty accurate. I mean, these are all great places to flip houses. And then we can select St. Charles County, and we can see St. Charles, St. Peters, Wentzville, O'Fallon. Those are all great spots. And then it's going to break it down for us. So it gives us the median sale price for St. Louis City, the average days on market. It says the dominant pain points. And then it gives us a little bit about each of those areas that I said. And it's just crazy because I didn't do any of this. My little AI person that went on there just from a single prompt. And again, I'm going to give you guys the prompt and give you access to this site as well. But we can select top zip codes. So we can see for St. Louis County, it's going to go ahead and break it down. So Florissant has a score of 86. And it breaks down each of the different zip codes. For St. Louis City, same thing. For St. Charles County. So this just gave us an interactive website with everything that I just asked for without having to do it. So you can start to get really creative about how you can have Manus start doing these things for you and your business and the research, and then share the link with your team and say, hey, so for the SEO stuff for Rachel, you could go to Manus and say, I want you to analyze the top 10, if it's for faster funds, you could say, I want you to analyze the top 10 lending companies in Las Vegas, Phoenix, Nashville. Just choose a bunch of big markets. And then I want you to see what they're doing with their SEO. And then I want you to create a report with SOPs on exactly how we should write our SEO stuff for St. Charles County or whatever. And it will go in and create this entire thing for you however you want. And then it gives us some strategy maps on here and then also market signals. So breaks things down in a really cool way. So that is Manus. And there's actually a mobile app as well now available for Manus. So these are autonomous agents that can complete really complex tasks without you having to be there. So it can go in and do all of these things for you. So there is whenever you first sign up for Manus, you get 1,000 free credits, and then you get 300 credits a day on the free plan. So you don't have to pay for it. You can start off, don't blow your 1,000 credits right away. Think a little bit on exactly what you want it to do. But then 300 credits a day is enough to go in there every day and give it 3 more tasks every morning before you start your day, and you will have a little employee working for you right away. And again, it does it 24/7 on your behalf. Now, like I said, the new tool that just came out, Flowwith, apparently is even better than this. So I can't imagine, I haven't had a chance to dive into that one yet, but these AI agents are starting to get really crazy and really, really fun. So the next one is valuable tool number 4, and this is just FaceTiming with ChatGPT. So you should download the ChatGPT mobile app on your smartphone. And what you can do is you can turn on the camera. And I know it's creepy and it's like, well, I don't want them to see, my stuff. You don't have to like film around your bedroom and like private things, but you definitely should turn it on and try it out with properties that you're looking at. So what I do is I turn it on, and whenever I'm walking through a property, it's like having a contractor right in my pocket. If there's something that I'm looking at that I'm unsure of, I just FaceTime ChatGPT and I say, "Hey, what is this?" Or "What year do you think this was built?" Looking at whatever is on my screen. So downloading ChatGPT on your mobile app and using the video view is a very valuable source that I don't think a lot of people actually use. So big thing is for me is having a contractor in my pocket, being able to pull it out and ask questions about the HVAC or asking questions about the brick. Does this brick look like it needs tuck pointing? And then just going back and forth with it. It is absolutely crazy. And I love using the FaceTime with ChatGPT. So that's just a quick, valuable tool I think everyone should start using. And then valuable tool number 5 is something that I built out. And it is a custom GPT for uploading your house before you flip it. So I'll give everyone access to this. I was thinking about charging for it, but I think that it's just such a cool tool that everyone can start messing around with. And it's definitely not perfect by any means. So you might have to upload it a couple of times. And I know a couple of people on this call have already tested it out, like Rachel and I think TJ and Scotty and Lynette, and I know Patrick. And so what you do is, as you can see, the picture on the left is a house before it's been rehabbed. And then on the right, it shot out this image. So it gives you some ideas on how you should rehab the property if you have no idea or if you just want to get some design inspiration. So on the left is a kitchen, and then on the right, and then you can go back and forth with it. So I'm going to show you an example right here. So I uploaded this image on the left and it gave us the white siding. And then I went back and forth with it and I said, give me dark siding so I could compare which would look better. So I know a lot of times when people are flipping houses, they might be like, what color should I paint this door? Should I do it mint green or abacus gray or whatever people call it? Now you can just take that image, upload it here and say, show me what this door would look like mint green. Show me what this look like in a different color. So this is a really cool one. And we trained up. So you just click here to try the GPT on photorealistic outcome. Because at first, whenever I uploaded the image, it would kind of make it cartoony. So it just didn't look real enough. So going back and forth, changing what the lens model is, like on the back end of the prompt, there's a lot of stuff in it. But you guys can definitely use this one for free and test it out. And I see Rachel's posting some designs in the chat.
It gave me some fun ones. I mean, it included my dog because she was in the picture, but so that was good.
Yes.
Made her look different.
That's awesome. Yeah. If you get an animal in there, it's so funny. Oh my gosh. I've
Very
seen a couple
entertaining.
that, yeah, that looks good. And I love Chris's image that he created on there. That's awesome. Okay, so definitely check this one out on your next flip. And we'll keep rolling here. So the next tool is a CRM, and it's one that I love, and it's called Go High Level. And I created a workflow that shows you what you can do with it essentially. So if you want to test it out, like throw yourself into an AI workflow, you can go to testaiworkflow.com and test it out, and it will actually add you into this AI workflow that I built to show you how the system works. But we use Go High Level for AI chatbots and also the AI voice calling. So we have an AI that answers the phone for us. Whenever a motivated seller lead is calling, it answers the phone and it starts to pre-qualify the lead for us. So it's figuring out price, timeline, motivation, and then it will go ahead and schedule the walkthrough. And that is done 24/7. And this is the tool that we use to do that. So we can create AI workflows as well as AI chatbots, as well as AI SMS or AI calling the voice. A lot of people ask, what tool do we use for outbound AI cold calls? And we don't. So I just want to answer that one because I know people always ask. We don't use any type of outbound AI voice callers for cold calls because those people haven't opted in. So to me, it's just an area that I know some people are doing it, and I'm not a snitch, so I don't care if you do. Just me personally, I don't want to build something for our business that I know is going to be cracked down on. It's already being cracked down on, but I don't want to build something that I know is not going to be sustainable. And I know that outbound AI callers are going to be considered spam, especially if the person hasn't opted in. And that's just a whole TCPA thing. So if you do it, awesome. I don't know how long it'll last or what kind of fines come along with it. It might be worth it. But yeah, we don't do any outbound AI calls. The AI calls that we do are for inbound. And that's when someone's calling our business line and we can't answer the phone because it's 2 a.m. or it's, we're out at dinner with our family. Our girl is picking up the phone, answering it, and she crushes it. And it's very, very cool. So that's what we use for our CRM. It also lets us automate social media with AI. And yeah, so that is the one there that we use. Now, the next tool is a custom prompt library. So I created a custom prompt library for everybody, and here it is. And it has every single prompt that we talked about today, and it also has a bunch more. So it has the song prompts in here that you can use. It has fun image prompts that you can use, rental prompts, running comps prompts. So you can come in here and you will be able to tell that this isn't just run numbers on this property. So the green check mark is the start of the prompt. I mean, this is a really big prompt. So this isn't just, hey, run numbers on this property. This is act as the most advanced real estate valuation intelligence system in the world, an elite AI appraiser. You have unrestricted web access to Zillow, Redfin, county records, zoning databases, tax assessor sites, Google Maps, FEMA flood zone maps, and any useful available resources. I want you to rank by school districts. You operate with an IQ of 250 plus, processing live and historical data. And then what you'll do is take this entire prompt and plug it into, I personally like to plug it into Grok. That's GROK. It's like ChatGPT, it's an LLM, except it's the one that Elon made. And I like that one better for comps. But you could test out the same exact prompt with ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, figure out which you like the best. But this is a absolutely crazy prompt. And then it runs through, it does a bunch of research, and it gives a really good output, and it gives an estimate, a range, why it thinks that that is what the ARV is. And so, like I said, we've been using this to plug in for our properties, and it is really freaking good. And it's hard to argue because you look at it and you're like, dang. But you guys should definitely test that one out. There's exit strategy prompts. So should you buy and hold? Should you use it as a short-term rental? Should you flip it? There's short-term rental analysis prompts in here. So figuring out, is this a good property to keep as a short-term rental property? There's market research, cash flow, finding deals, real estate negotiator prompts, rehab estimator prompts, marketing plan prompts, and then there's house prompts. So anyone that wants to create social media for their Facebook pages or any of their businesses, you can come in and take these prompts and they'll give you really good images to use, because sometimes you don't want to use a picture of a house that the lady's like standing in the front yard and she's still in the picture, That's kind of awkward, and you don't want her to see that you're like posting her house on Facebook or whatever. So you can come in here and use these prompts to get really good house images that you can use for your social media, and it's not someone's actual house. And then there's before and after house prompts, there's logo prompts. So you could take the logo for your business And these are a bunch of cool things that you can do. So a colorful hot air balloon rising above a quiet neighborhood at sunrise with the attached logo printed on the balloon. View it from ground level. So there's just so many cool things that you can do on the marketing side. And if you're ever trying to come up with ideas of what to post, there's a ton of stuff on here for you. And then the custom GPT prompt is right in here for you. So you can come in here and copy all that. And then here are the different tools. So ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, Claude, Meta. These are just the ones that we kind of spoke about, and some of my favorite ones. They're all in here as well. So creating SOPs, you could use Scribe, Guide Jar. For presentations, Gamma. This is a link to the one that I created today. GenSpark, Beautiful.ai. So these are just some of my favorite tools that are all in here for you. And then these tools are changing as well. So I'm definitely going to try to keep this updated. But again, there's probably a new one that came out since we started this call. So keep that in mind. And then here are the Suno song examples. I definitely recommend turning this up in your car and jamming out because these are good. So I did a doo-wop classical style, and I actually played this for Patrick, and he said he almost fell asleep. So I really like the like 40s, 50s style music, but listen to this one and see what you think. And then the prompt style is down in the bottom for you for each of these songs. So you can come in here and listen to these. And then here's just a gamma guide example for you that's in here. And then the Manus examples are here. So I will drop this in the chat for everyone right now so you guys all have access to this. So I just dropped it in the chat. Feel free to use any of those. Let me know what you think. It's all in there. There's a ton of stuff in there for you. And then here's some more tools, but like I said, all of those are in the AI tools section. So Claude for copywriting, Perplexity for research, HeyGen for video avatars. I love HeyGen. It's so cool to create your own video avatar that's talking. Leonardo does image creation for free. Descript for video editing. Go High Level is what we use for our AI chatbots. Manus is the crazy little AI agent that built that whole thing for us. Grok, ChatGPT, Google Gemini, all of these are on that site that I just dropped in the chat for everyone. So now I will leave it open to any questions that people have. I know there's stuff going on in the chat I haven't had a chance to read through. So just let me know if anyone has any questions or wants to talk about anything.
Awesome. You want to stop the screen share, Alyssa? That was awesome. Holy smokes. Mind blowing, actually. Any AI experts in here want to ask any questions? Open topic. So jump in, anybody.
Alicia, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I was curious to see, have you guys ever tried uploading like hand-drawn building plans to any sort of AI bots to see if they could make them look more professional? I'm in a battle with a certain county right now and really trying to not pay an architect.
Dang, I have never done that, but I think you should definitely try.
Any ideas which one you'd recommend for trying to upload my hand-drawn ones to see?
I think you should start with ChatGPT 4.0 because their image generation models have gotten really good. And I think Kenton, I don't know if he's on this call or not, but he had mentioned doing something like this as well. So you might want to reach out to Kenton.
Will do. Thanks so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Great question. I like that one.
I've got a question. So I've been using ChatGPT a ton ever since your last call, I think, on AI. But I'm getting to a point where I'm struggling with knowing how to like prompt things appropriately. So I don't know, like, do you have like a template, like model or any kind of suggestions for like knowing how to like prompt better to get, I mean, I always just kind of blurb out whatever I'm thinking, and most of the time it's pretty good, but I kind of want to follow a better, model of what it's looking like for me to actually get it to do.
Yeah. Well, first off, definitely check out the prompts on that page because that'll give you some ideas of kind of how I like to prompt things. It'll give you some ideas on how to break things down and take it a level deeper. But you can also go back and forth with ChatGPT on creating a prompt for what you want it to do. So you could say, hey, I need you to help me create an expert level prompt about whatever topic it is, and then go back and forth with it to build one out that way. And then, depending on how complex the task is, you don't want to just overload it. It's good to prompt chain. So, chain things out. So, have it do one task at a time instead of, hey, I want you to um, research this, then write a blog article, then make my logo, then do this. If you put all of that into one prompt, it's not going to be as accurate. It's better to break it down into smaller pieces so that you can get really specific with it. So that's kind of how I'd start.
Cool. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I have a
Great.
question for you, Alyssa.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of doing my next well, my current rehab that's going as a for sale by owner at the end of it. Just off the top of your head, what things do you think I could utilize in from the AI world to sort of potentially manage that?
I would have I would get a bunch of professional photos and then you could upload those photos into some different video tools to create some really cool video marketing for the property. And then you could also use AI to create a really creative marketing plan for your for sale by owner. So you could say, hey, I want you to act as like the number one for sale by owner seller in the world, and I want you to come up with a creative marketing plan to get my property sold 100 grand over asking and have people lining out the door. So I had to have it create a marketing plan that's really unique and creative. And then I would also have it create the marketing materials as well. So like write an amazing Facebook post for this property, write out the email that you want to send out, write out the property description, and you can keep going back and forth with it as you're doing it and say, like, make it better, make it more professional, make it more fun. So those are some of the things I would do for that.
Is there a that's all great. Those are great recommendations. Thank you. Is there a is there a pocket there where an AI tool could fill in as, managing some of the communication with potential like buyers, agents, and that kind of thing?
Yeah, you could, but I don't know how much I would trust it for actually getting the property sold right away. Like we use Go High Level. You could create like a chat bot your for your specific property and then have it say if someone wants to make an offer, then they need to email you or they need to actually call you or you want to have a human in the loop at some point, and that's what they
Yeah.
call it. It's called human in the loop. So you could create a custom chat bot. I don't, it might be a little overboard just for one property, but if you plan on doing it for multiple properties, then it might be something to definitely build out and then train up a custom chat bot for your website, a girl to answer the phone, and then you could just train it if someone asks about making an offer or any like important information a human should handle that
Mhm.
you want it to transfer to you.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I get so overwhelmed with like the dozens of AI tools that are coming out there. So this is like a great baseline to jump off from. So appreciate
Yeah,
you.
definitely. No problem. And I get overwhelmed too. So, tools are coming out every day. Sometimes I literally have to just walk outside and remember like there's a sky and grass, because it is overwhelming.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Great questions. Anybody else? Jump in.
I've got another question if I can.
Yeah, Shane.
Um, Mine is a little bit more specifically about like chat or about Go High Level because we use that too. When you create those chat bots, like my concern is that like whether it's texting or whatever it is, like there's a cost and not knowing like how much like that cumulative cost is going to be, you know what I mean? Because you never really have any idea like how many responses you're going to get and stuff like that. Like I know not like super AI related question, but I don't know, like
Yeah,
do you have a way of kind of um how you approach that or at least
yeah.
estimate?
So just like I guess you're asking how do you limit someone from coming in and just like spamming the crap out of your bot and then you getting charged like, you know, $500 for something like that?
Not necessarily, more so just like how do you just generally have an idea, like if you have X amount of contacts and you know create like a chat bot for it, like what it what your outputs are, like what you can kind of expect to get, like as far as like response wise and stuff. I
Yeah.
don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, sort of. So the way we trained ours up, it's very, very specific on how it's trained. It's trained to stick to the point. So if someone tries to go off point about something else, it goes back to the pre-qualifying. The maximum back and forth it can do is 25. So we have ours set on a limit. The maximum it can go back and forth is 25 times. After that, it's going to cut off because it's probably someone spamming it. And then we just have trained ours so specific to stick to what it's trained to do, to not go off topic. Um, as far as like stats on like how well it performs versus others, we don't have any stats yet because we just started doing it. So we're going to collect it and see what the response rate is compared to like a typical human. But I know with what we do, it's all about speed to lead. So if someone fills out a form on your website or reaches out to you and you don't answer, then they're going to call the next 5 people. And a lot of times people go with whoever they talk to first. And if they don't talk to you and you're like, dang it, I missed that call them back tomorrow. Well, I know because this has happened to us a million times, but you call back tomorrow and they don't answer. And then it turns into a ghost lead. So the cool thing about having some kind of system like that set up is we're not ever going to miss the call, and it's going to reduce the number of ghost leads we get and hopefully keep whoever we talk to from going to a competitor because now they're getting scheduled right away. I don't know if that answers your question, but feel free to private message me as well
Yeah,
on any stuff. I'm happy to help.
yeah, no, super helpful either way. I appreciate it. I probably
Yeah,
will.
yeah. Just hit me
For
up.
sure.
Awesome. Anybody else? Jump in.
Alyssa, I got a question.
Scotty.
So how many months or years until we look back at this training and laugh at it at how basic it is? Like how fast is AI moving?
Honestly, I think by Christmas.
Wow.
I know that's kind of extreme, but I think Christmas time we can all look back at this training and be like, dang, look how far it's, you know. So I mean, Christmas time it'll be completely different. Santa, there's going to be Santa robots.
Hey, Alyssa, I have a question. Did you mention something specifically that I could use for like tenant screening? Like, is
Yeah,
there
there's a prompt in there that will, so I wouldn't trust it with everything. You know, don't put your life on the robots, but it's really crazy because you can use that prompt and it'll scour the internet for that person's name. So if they have different like arrest records or have done anything crazy, it will pop up. So it's under the rental section on that list is the prompt
perfect?
for it.
These prompts are so descriptive and helpful and excellent. I've heard you talk about AI before. You are the go-to AI girl for me. So thank you so much for this information. This is so helpful. Super
Yeah,
helpful.
no problem at all. We should get Taco Bell together sometime.
Yeah. And then I want to hear these songs you make.
Yeah, definitely.
So did you basically make a prompt that is like oh shit, investigator, what do we call those things, Rachel? Like exactus and stuff. What are they called?
Like skip trace.
Skip trace. So does it kind of do that without paying a skip tracing company? Is that kind of what it does?
Kind of, but the only available information it has is what it can find online.
Yeah.
And it also has to be like public information, but it digs deep. I plugged in a property that I was looking at, and it actually pulled up something and it said, hey, there's active code violations going on with this property. And I was like, dang, I would have never guessed that. And so, you know, I clicked in, found what source it came from, and it took us straight to the county records and showed that there's some active stuff going on there. So
Wow. So much stuff to do with it. Anybody else got a question, thought?
Got a question.
Jack. Or Brian. Who was that? Was that Jack? Jack.
I think we both did at the same time.
Let's
Brian,
do
you go
Jack, then
first.
Brian. Go ahead, Jack.
Okay. My question is there an AI that I can use to help with like coding? Like I'm trying to create a website and maybe create SharePoint sites on Microsoft Business. Do you have any experience with using AI for that type of thing?
Yeah, so OpenAI just came out with a tool called Codex, Codex. I'm not sure what plan you have to be on to get access to that, but I know they will eventually release it to people on all plans. But OpenAI's Codex is really, really good for developing, writing code, and also debugging. And then as far as creating a website, like specifically with or for AI, I'll put this in the chat. So there's some no code AI tools that help you program websites, but they're more SaaS products. So not necessarily like just for a landing page, but for an actual tool. So there's Lovable, Bolt, Replit, Cursor, and Windsurfer are some of the popular ones. And I just dropped that in the chat. And I don't think I spelled Windsurfer right, but those are no code programming tools that help you develop application on websites that can do really crazy stuff. And um, we've been working on a couple different AI like software tools that are completely developed with AI through those. But for actual like programming and debugging, I would go with Codex.
For and for simple websites, Alyssa, I've used Gamma just to make I mean, like easy websites that you can add different tabs and everything. Have you done that, or do you just mainly use
Yeah,
other?
yeah, Gamma, you could for like a simple landing page site, you could use Gamma or you could use Manus. I mean, Manus created that one for us. That's a pretty interactive one. Um, So yeah, and I actually I know I think with ChatGPT you can create a website as well if it's a basic like landing page site. If you want something more complex though, Codex can help with debugging and actually programming like HTML and JavaScript and anything like that. You could definitely use it to create a Dispo website. I don't know if you would need to use something that advanced though for a Dispo website.
I think you could just use Gamma or Manus to just do a Dispo website, I would think.
hmm Or you could just use a template on Go High Level, Wix. There's a million different template providers. Um, these other tools are for more actual, like, complex SaaS products. So you could make a product that creates Dispo websites for other people automatically with these tools. But that's a whole other wormhole, and we could definitely do a whole other presentation on no-code development tools because it's crazy and you'll get so deep. And good luck if you're going to go down that hole. I'm definitely down it, so I'm here for you. But it gets lonely down at the bottom of that hole because there's no one to talk to because no one understands. So.
Alyssa, are you helping people build websites these days? Is that something you do for a fee?
Yeah, definitely. I can definitely help with websites, funnels, and if you even want to dive into a SaaS product tool built on Lovable or Bolt, Replit, I'm very familiar with those tools as well. So it definitely can help for any of that kind of stuff. If anyone wants to reach out privately, and if I can't help you, I can point you in the right direction or answer any questions that you have so you can do it yourself as well.
Can you share that link again that had all the resources on it?
Yeah, I'll drop it
I
in the
think it's
chat
back
again.
in the chat and I jumped in late, so I can't see the old chat.
Yep. I can, yeah, there it is for you.
Thank you.
Brian, did you have a question?
Yeah, it might be included in that link you just put, but I joined a little bit late and I came in the part where you were uploading pictures of like the exterior of houses or something, and it could give you different recommendations and stuff like that. And I don't know if I can speak for all guys, but like this guy, that's where I struggle, decorating, picking colors, all that stuff. So what was that again? How we could get to that and use that part of it?
Yeah, so that is that's on that list in the chat that you can definitely use. And it is so sweet because I'm not good at design either. If I had to design my house, I would put like posters, like people think my design style is like a 16-year-old boy. Because I would have like posters and skateboards on the wall if it was my design style. So it's definitely a helpful tool to give you like a professional good. And the way it's trained up is to create a design that would increase the likelihood of buyers in today's current like stage, what colors they like and things like that. So that's in there under the images, the houses before and after section.
Hi, Alyssa.
Awesome. Very
Oh,
Go ahead, Dana. We probably need to wrap up here soon, but go ahead, Dana. Go
I
ahead.
was wondering if you could display that introductory page for the valuable tool number 7 again. And also, was your contact information in the chat?
I can drop my contact or I can drop my email in the chat for everyone real quick. And
Okay.
then the valuable tool number 7, very specific.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it was that introductory page for that. I was
Okay,
like
let me,
trying to take a screenshot and kind of missed it. And I wanted
okay,
to
let me,
put that information on there.
oh, okay, I see. So this was the custom prompt library. And this
Yeah.
just shows what tools are inside of that link I dropped in the chat for everyone.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem at all.
All right. Did Fabian, was that you that jumped in too? I didn't see.
No, Brian, it wasn't me.
Okay. Did anybody else have a last question? Otherwise, we're gonna wrap it up. Well, Alyssa, that was freaking awesome. You are incredible. Geez, I would love to have you back on here again before too long, because I just think there's so much that you can share and learn and teach. You need to teach a class on this. Holy smokes. Super grateful for you doing this. Rachel, you want to wrap it up?
Trav says, speak at Buyers Club.
Yeah, it's on the books. We're working on it.
So, but yes, thank you, Alyssa. I love always talking about AI. It is super fun and entertaining to learn about. So next week, I think we got an open call here on the call. So feel free to come back and we'll just chat about whatever is on your guys' mind. Thanks to everyone who showed up to the meetup last week. We had a packed room. It was a lot of fun getting to see everyone in person. But if you guys need anything or are looking for a vendor to grow your team, let me know. We can help you out. We can direct you to our Buyers Club vendors, but look forward to seeing you guys next week. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, guys.